from someone who really didn't like Ancient when it first came out, I think it's kind of gotten a lot more discovered. I think there's a lot more excitement, and it's one of the maps that requires the most protocols, I feel like, when it comes to taking map control. CT sides, absolutely necessary to gather that ground. And if you're kind of coming through as a roster like Ruby, then you better make sure that those protocols are down to a T if you're going to pick into this map. So we'll get a quick answer as to what Ruby's made of versus this forZe roster, depending on how much success they can gather in forcing forZe back on this map control.
We'll find out. Selter, first contact here with the dualies. Got shalfey behind him, so this is a nice setup for the CT side. Let's see what he can do with the dualies. Nothing! Oh, a read and a half. Went and did his own work. Knew exactly where that player was going to be sitting. And this is a pistol round firmly nailed on for Ruby. I mean, just nothing doing for forZe here. Bombs down. This is a save call for Result's armor already. That is, whew, that's what we call in the business an anti-strat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just looks like they did their homework right there with the entry pathing just so perfect, and then having your setup. I mean, obviously knowing there was a flank that was formulating right there without any question. So, I mean, you could see maybe just inklings of why Ruby is successful, and maybe that's just, you know, they had a day to prepare for this opponent. Let's go ahead and read into what they're going to be doing on these pistol rounds, and doing that alone can actually gather you, 1 or 2 rounds for free. Maybe even 4 rounds in total in a map. And with MR12, like, it's so worth it to do that little extra research right there.
Why not? That's why you got to throw in some change-ups on your pistol rounds. We praised Selter before, but in these types of matches where you have a lot of data on record and your opponent does not, it's certainly always going to be tempting to just fade back into the comfort of what you know to call. It's understandable. Let's see.
Stuck in that comfortability here. Some mid-control takes place out of the gates. Successful here. Swalio able to force them back, and the continued aggression coming through around that corner. Their decks pre-firing in towards K, but Result is still fighting for this ground on this B side. He's stuck in between 2 players though right now, or actually 3, as he tries to fight for more ground. If you can get around Cave, you might be able to make it into safety. Dex has just cleared all of ramp as well, but this becomes really awkward for Ruby depending on what site control they take.
These are the 2 players who you want alive on your team for explosiveness. Let's see, Result can pull off some incredible stuff just himself. He sees the shadow on the first, but all right, Dex spots that beforehand, gets the headshot in. It's gonna be all good for Ruby. Interesting there. Theoretically, with the new update, holding angles a little bit more viable. That's what we're trying to shift towards. Personally, on my experience, it has felt good. I haven't played since the 2 emergency release patches, so I don't know what they've broken and or fixed since then. But it's interesting to have the game feel so different this far after release. Definitely takes some getting used to. Still, that second round also felt like a pure anti-strat when the player jumps into cave, spraying the right angle. It's you might know what forZe like to do in their second round force as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if that's gonna lead forZe to maybe have to start switching things up and playing a lot looser of a style here. It can be difficult when teams are playing like this to adjust, but that's gonna be more pressure on shalfey's shoulder here, to try and see how much depth they've got on their opponent's map pick as well. That can be tricky. We've got the Deagles out though, doing quite a bit of damage here. A little bit of fumbling with the utility as well, making the job not so easy. But Dex has been so good at getting aggressive here, and he's going to look to continue to do so as Amalia is going to escort them out towards a more passive approach here.
It's doing what to them now?
Escort them out.
All right. Like toothpaste out the tube. Oh, boost up, little cheekiness. Come on, pull the trigger. Result, no! The boost has failed. No success, and this round's looking like a wipe as well. Good golly. Cade. We'll go with Cade. That feels easiest. If Cade gets a kill here, it's a team ace. So eyes on that.
It'll also be his first.
Got to crack that goose egg somehow. Might as well be a team ace. Come on. Peek, Selter. Peek. Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, Dex. Where's the fun in that?
Just greedy, man. Just greedy. You gotta save 1 eco per player.
Yeah.
That's how the team chemistry really forms right there.
Dex out to 6-1 early on. 173 ADR through these first 3 rounds. I don't think he's saving anything for anyone.
He's farming up those sweet eeks. I gotta respect that. As someone who likes to farm up ecos here. Again, right back to this mid control, but this time met with 2 HEs right there, so not too much ground gained. Are you catching out that sort of utility? A little bit of a slower approach as well towards this A side as they hit the brakes and just throw some utility that hints at where they're going.
I like this.
They're gonna try and play it past it?
This is early stumpers, right? This is double nades in towards elbow. This is a stumper smoke on in. This is okay. You caught us off guard in the first few. Not gonna happen again. Not gonna happen again. It is an interesting hedge though, with just the player in cave, no one holding B. This is a bold bet. All things considered, this is a really bold bet, man. They are assuming a lot about what'll happen if this goes towards the B side of the map.
I get some pretty big gambles here. Utility again going out towards middle. A lot of emphasis put on establishing this space here. Winter trying to sell this fake. We'll see what that molly does. I think it didn't even land. But still, your concern has to be somewhat towards that B side. You can see it at least is getting 1 player over Salt. Still holding this angle. Committed as ever and does win that duel. So that's a huge relief here. That makes the job easier for these A plays, but still Selter's alone.
Look at this. Yeah, they pulled so far off. Selter has to be strong in the anchorage. You praised him in the pre-match. Now it's time to live up. He stalled out long enough, though. He's already got support. Shalfey's come back into support. They've got the flank buttoned up. This should be a dead man. Indeed, it is. Gokushima might even be able to get his favorite gun here. Kate is just locked into death. Gets 1. That's going to be all she wrote. AWP can be retrieved. That's a banging round for forZe to get going on the CT side.
That's a great start right there. I mean, again, like you said, that's just throwing some early adjustments for Ruby right there that they'll have to kind of play out in the early round. You get the HE kill, which is so nice to kick it off, and then you also stop that early A aggression. So I like the way you put that. Just kind of stumping Ruby out of the gates and making them readjust their setup here. And that readjustment, not able to get much else out of it. Right back towards some heavy A presence here. Just looking to get another execute rolling. Trying to run it back here. And again, more pressure put on Selter. Molly stopped him completely. They're not moving past this one. They're just going to have to stick it out for a little while longer. And then extra man is now onto the site. Flash goes in here. Shelfie gets aggro. And he's out like a ghost.
That's amazing. That's amazing. None of them are playing anti-flash, right? They're just sitting there waiting for the molly to fade, waiting for the molly to fade. So they just eat that flashbang with a fork and a knife. And Shalfey serves them dessert. Ah, they're starting to be in trouble here. You're allowing forZe to control the pace, to get this aggression. Now you've got 1 player, as you would say, squirted out and towards mid. He's going to be dropped on down as well. So this is disastrous on for Ruby. Maybe a little bold here. You're in a 5-on-2. Shalfey might have been enough swings. But okay. Not punished for it. No harm, no foul. No smoke coverage. Hope Result has someone telling him that. Might be a gap in that smoker. Although they might not know, honestly, with the new smoke behavior, like, things are going to be different. You may not be able to assume the same angles as you once did. It's definitely caught me off guard a couple times already.
It's always best to err on the side of caution. So they won't give over the op any more repeaks, even though it is fun. And it can build a lot of confidence.
When you feel that call of the void to repeak in.
Just a little whisper in the wind.
But let them stick on what they got this round. 5 alive. This is now 4 alive, 5 alive for forZe. So the bank's built up. They're starting to feel good about it. They've been abusing Ruby with utility early on. And so that's why the call's going to come in. You might look at this and say, well, 3-2, it's not really that bad a scoreline. But there's a couple decisions to make here for Ruby. They got to figure out what they're doing with guns. Because, I mean, they're probably chasing this. With 2 players saved, right? Winter can drop a Galil, and they'll probably chase this. And they've got to figure out, okay, trying to go for the aggressive control. We've been spanked. Maybe we slow it down. Maybe we change up pace. That's what you'd imagine they're talking about right now.
Yeah, especially with the early hurdles that forZe have been kind of forcing on them. Have to jump through a couple of hoops if they want to get to that A side here. And I like the way that forZe are kind of forcing them back so far. Back-to-back rounds where they've kind of just sat outside of A main. And in doing so, without any mid control, without any B pressure, it just makes the round really readable for forZe. If you're not really poking and prodding any towards that B side, if you have no mid presence there and forZe are already aggressed forward, then of course you're going to be walking around that corner into some heavy presence that you just can't get past. So it's up to Ruby to, again, try and solve some of those early problems. And that's kind of the beauty of this this map, is how you want to run those defaults. Well, they got cooked up. A little bit more spread. 3 players towards B early, and maybe some interesting run through the smokes here out of the gates. Flashbang setup, and it does work with Rise, and then that mid pressure comes through. Moon walking up ramp with the op.
Bro.
So they do start to find their entries. He keeps rolling.
He's just gonna go
going in.
He knows he's got the cave player. They know they killed Result, who's actually normally the cave player, so it's a little bit of a mix-up, and yet still it works out. I thought they might slow things down. They did not slow things down. They accelerated. They went faster. They said, all right, where's the gap? Might be towards B. And that is actually insane that this has worked out. At this point, I mean, this is a very tough retake. forZe are trying to go for a gamble that there might be a player out towards long they could nade down, make this a little easier. But as that's not worked out, Moon's connected on the first. One down, Molotov forces the player out of position, but Winter gets the best of Celta regardless. And at this point, now it's just Gokushima trying to save the AWP, trying to get the heck out of there. That's a huge round for Ruby. I cannot believe Moon just rocked on through. I mean, just an op alone, not even really getting support flashes, just walking into B site, opping down the player there. That's crazy risky, but it works out. It works out beautifully for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wild call to make right there. Moon just rolling up ramp with, I mean, he had 2 riflers, but they weren't, like, pushing behind him. They were still, like, on the bottom of ramp, which is the wild part. Then that mid setup again, the late flashes through the smoke right there, showing, you know, that this team does have the capability of taking this map control off the back of that timeout. And again, that shows you how prepared this team is and how ready they are. It's cool to see. Ooh, that spam.
Not
Nearly out of decks, but doesn't quite catch.
Yeah, a little damage. Just let them know. You can't just get everything for free. Look at the adjustments the first half from forZe, all right? 3 players here early on just to make sure Ruby aren't going to do it again. They don't like to play this. We know that, but that they'll like. Double op up. Going to be a difference maker early. Shalfey connecting. And that's a nice find off the rip. That's Dex as well, who started super hot with 6-1. Has now been denied 3 rounds in a row any impact. So that's got to start getting a little concerning for Dex. Still, a lot of time yet to play. They're keeping the heavy stack towards the B side. And as you can see, Ruby still wants to probe here. So it's a good read right now for forZe. K's going to be the big question. Op tight in the angle.
I was going to say, I mean, that's a wild angle for Gokushima to be playing in right there. If he misses that shot, he's at 100%, so really relying on that aim here. Shalfey still posted up, though, in middle with the AWP. It's going to have to fall, but he does collect one on his way out there. They do make it towards Donut, but... Yeah,
look at the rotate. Good timing on the rotate. Good anticipation. Smoke fade's going to be huge. Kaidi gets it. The swing. Oh, my God, Tenier. He runs out of bullets. If that's an A4, he gets both. As it is, they might get it as well. The clock's an issue now. Kai just has to back away, and Shalfey chases him down with a P250. So that gets a little touch and go on the A site, but the rotations are there in time. forZe move the numbers in, and Ruby are stumped.
I like the early call here. Shalfey's pretty impressive secondary up, and you can see out of the gates what he's able to bring to the table. Just 2 quick picks with the op there, getting them in transition. And you'd imagine if Ruby had an extra man or 2 to trade things out or to cover more angles, they would have been in a better spot there, but Shalfey just didn't afford that. So early adjustment here. Very early purchase on a double op setup, which is a bit surprising, but you can see that it is instantly rewarded. And this time shalfey posted up over towards cave. He keeps on pressing the issue.
We'll press the issue right into another successful kill. That's a bit of a blunder. D down, traded out by these pistols now. And shalfey's stuck in cave with that AWP. Trying his luck, rolling the dice, but that's not ideal. Okushima shalfey is going to be a double op retake. Not exactly what you want to see. So Seltzer got to get going here with the rifle, and he will indeed. Deliver a man advantage early on. They want to fight up onto Gokushima is the thing. They want a position to control from, and they're kind of in no man's land right now. Having lost the ramp, they're in a very tough spot. Smoke's going to clear the angles. That'll allow... Oh, look at this. Look at this switcheroo. Moon, you crazy man. You baller on that. Now they have no idea. They have no clue. How could you read it? How did shalfey hit it? It's not done yet. It's not done yet, but he needs the tap. Pulls off of it. Winter on the spam. shalfey just desperation, trying his luck here, and that should be it. That should be it on the clock. shalfey knows it. He has been outfoxed on this one. That is a crazy play to slip through the smoke in towards cave on perfect timing. They had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you could see also a big struggle there to get back into that retake in the 3v3 when some of these players have pistols still, but it's because you have that double hop setup as well. So once you do lose a little bit of rifle prowess and some anchors on that B bomb site and you lose control and have to play in the post plant, that's where the double hop and becomes so punishing. And then you further extend that into this round here where they don't have the best economic situation here. It just gets a little bit worse as well. So some real scares being put on to forZe out of the gates, and just some good individual work. There's a nice 1D to crack things open, and then taking that site, overwhelming it with some trades.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you break that one down, but it's yeah, spicy. Getting a lot of spice out. I'm honestly, what these rounds are making me most excited for is seeing how the hell Ruby play on their CT side, right? Because I feel like this is going to be a team that's going to go aggressive out the wazoo, and I'm very intrigued. Color me interested. That Tanier just wrecked on the fighting towards Donut. Now the A players are in a lot of trouble. shalfey's going to try and get aggressive, but he's actually past the player. They may not read this. Okay, no, Sawalio has spotted it. That could have been bad if shalfey had made his way through, but instead Sawalio is trying to retake the ground. Might lose this duel with Gokushima. This now huge. Rifle picked up. Nades on. Sawalio's got it though.
Big pickup right there. Making sure this round stays safe and sound. Result just chilling on this A side. That's about all he can do. Maybe get a gun, but nothing much past it. Ruby gonna at least secure a tie. I mean, again, just fiery starts to these rounds where they feel like they have such good reads on where forZe are lining in. Pretty scary team here.
Yeah. Entry Cobras, entry Warriors, man. Like, it's full 5-stack running at you. I just you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. They are ferocious. Swalio could get caught here. Oh, unless Rezal's desperately trying to get something worth saving into the next round. He'll find it, but I don't think he's going to be allowed to keep it. We'll see. Haven't seen big result impact either, which is something that's you definitely want if you're forZe, right? He plays important positions on this map, chiefly in cave. He's got a ton of potential in those positions. We've seen him pop off many times in the past. Not going to get anything done here, understandably. It's really just a matter of could he take one with him on that hunt. But he's maybe a big hinge piece and not necessarily having the impact you want early on here. So that hinge right now, it's a little rusty. Some WD-40 here, Cole.
That fixes everything. But is it going to help out? I agree with you, right? And he's also more of an aggressive element, and maybe you can kind of chop that up to Ruby being a whole lot more effective at being aggressive. They've been doing that a lot better so far in this game. But you're definitely right here. It's been a bit of a slow kickoff on the individual front. Mid control going to be collapsing upon here. They're just doing that full USP group up strat. Who's going to be the one to farm those ecos? It's a big question here. No one's watching out there. They do start to turn around, but should be safe and sound now that they've gotten the alarm bells ringing. There's a chance for some fun with the A1S there. Well, they won't be able to escape, but it's all safe and sound there. No big deal. Dex to close it off. I mean, as soon as he gets the Mac 10 and he's versus ecos, he starts really, starts really farming. I'll just say that much.
He's right back into it. Eco Cobra. Top tier warrior out here.
Man after my own heart.
He said, stats? Money? Don't mind if I do. Have a few. They're small. Why not? All right, look at this. We got the stat coming out early. This looks like a straightforward B pop, but there's bodies here this time for forZe. So B main under control, no presence in elbow. You would expect this to just be a fast ramper, and indeed it's going to be. Trade on the first, SMG swinging, SMG getting two. Tenier, supported by the flashbangs, now getting it going. That's what they were looking to do. Stymie, shut down one of these early plays, and this time forZe picked right. They had the bodies in the right spot. They had the control. So now the question is, can Moon and Kaid do something about this?
Just feels so simple here when you watch it on paper, but you can see Ruby, some of these positions and protocols getting completely called out by one flashbang, which is really frustrating here. But again, it could be saved here. Kaid's still trying to poke through cave side here. Near close angle there. That should distract him enough. Near actually not going to swing. It's just going to scare him in towards a more passive approach. So both players spotted now. Over towards this B side with the spam as well, and a quick kill from shalfey is going to really put this one in the grave. If you're Moon, you can still give this a bit of a try here, but he's going to get chased down. Tenier could get an AK around that corner there, and he will find it.
It's big as well. I mean, there's only one round left, right? But if those two players had managed to do 2-3 more kills, right, in the course of that, it still would have been a bit of a dub for Ruby as far as this last round. There was no money to spare for forZe, right? So the fact that they don't have to reinvest now means they've got all the utility, now means they've got all the kits, now means they've got everything they could possibly want for this final round. If they can get this back to 5, it's very recoverable. Again, we just don't, I mean, maybe you do in the audience, but I don't know what Ruby's CT sides look like. So they've shown us a very good face to start this map. But we are going to need to see another one as well. And the phase of the Moon right now appears to be new, because he's out of this round. Oh, nice aggression from Result. Here we go. Here's forZe.
They're able to just collapse it. That's what we're looking for. Back-to-back rounds where he's been able to get a bit aggressive off some setup. They've still got Gokushima here pressed forward on the angle. Might have to tussle with Swalio, but I don't think they're too concerned right now. forZe in a prime position to pick this one up here. They got a deep B main control here. Result has pressed it all the way in towards near spawn, but Celter playing an off angle. I do like that. Don't want to give yourself up to the AWP here.
He's waiting for Tenier's contact is the thing, right? As soon as Tenier makes contact, well, he backed off of it. I was gonna say, it's like, okay, one guy shoots and then you swing off of it. Now he's gonna play with shalfey, so they are really reading this. There's still a couple of HEs out there.
Oh my god.
And lives. Don't know about the repeak. Oh! Don't know about that one. And now the flank is on. Results made his way up. That drops the bomb down. Whatever slim hope they had in this round, it's gone. Swalio. Time for the hero play. 1v5. Naded down to 48. Don't even get to see him before you're dead. They're chasing. They're chasing. They're hungry. Nom, 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 nom. Final kill has been found. And that'll send us through to the break.
sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristesse. Großstadtbild, komm mir nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen schwansee. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdielen. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen.
Back in the second half here. Back into the fun. And now we get to answer a really interesting question. For a team that was so aggressive in the first half, like Ruby, so pack swarmy, what do they look like on CT side? They look like 4 players racing down mid. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted out from the CT side. Oh, we're gonna get a flash and a pop, and they even just go ahead of the flash. They're not waiting for the flash. They're just fighting. What? You had a strat. Why would you bail ahead of it? All right, it's worked out. It's worked out. Man advantage, but they have lost the sight. Bomb might be going down. They know there's donut present, so they got to be a little wary about this, but the numbers will be punched on in. Gokushima, if he can get this kill in CT, he will indeed. Sawalia looking the wrong way. Now it's a very good post play. Now you've got that CT presence. You've got the P250. You've got Shalfey out by the big box. This is now a key spot to sit in. Moon's going to try and clear out Kokushima, and he will do so. Whew, nutty shots on that USP, and Shalfey unarmored. Now life gets a lot more difficult, but they don't have... Oh, they do have a kit. Moon is a kit.
They don't know where Shalfey is, though.
He's going to pull him off it.
Oh,
no,
my
he's done
God.
it, but plenty of time for that defuse. Moon quick on it in this pistol round.
I mean, he had to be right there. There's just no chance to get that defuse off if you're not. And what started out with just pure chaos out of the gates. I don't know what the idea was there. I don't know what the flash was waiting for. I thought they would eventually throw it as they turned the corner, but it all works out in the end with a couple of quick kills for Moon. That's some sharp shooting on the pistol. That was what was necessary to close that one out. So forZe now going in for a classic Gaglio purchase after a tough loss here. We'll see if this can bail them out on the second half start here. This totem pole setup should be good. They don't see anything above the smoke, though. There's no vision. Oh, no. Oh, it tumbles down. It tumbles down so fast.
It does crumble. It does crumble indeed. But let's see. There's still a lot of space gained here, right? Selter's got kind of an interesting spot. There's no one even watching from CT, so he's gained the gap. Oh, the timing's brilliant there. He's going to try and play this position as long as he can. The problem is that the presence is coming from Temple. Kitty's low. Does he think to clear this? Does he overlook it? Not going to overlook it. Going to go for the clear, and that's huge. Selter wanted to play that position as far as he could, and instead now... Gonna need a bit of a something working back the other way, and it's not going well early on here for forZe.
Can't find anything here. Gokushima just left with his shiny little AK. But no teammates. And he's getting flanked as well. Second round conversions are not easy, but they do it with ease right there. I mean, AKs to pick up as their reward as well, and Galil's just further stabilizing this this second half for them. Ruby putting this one into great territory here with so much success out of the gates. Continuing that pistol success. It looks like they have such good reads. The 4 players on mid on pistol, just back-to-back pistols where they just seem like they know what's happening. And if that's forZe kind of playing a little bit too much of a same game, Ruby are capitalizing on that perfectly.
They are. They are indeed. And I mean, this is now, you know, both big builds off of the pistol in both halves, which is just so tough to overcome in MR12. Swalio will rebuff the first effort here. forZe have done themselves no favors in this match. Hey, nice nade chaser. You'll love to see that.
Hunts him down. No escape right there. Look at this whole pixel angle. That's nice. That's really grasping at straws there for anything. There's a little bit of aggression rolls down range, but they're just going to kind of mosey their way on out of this A side here. See what they can do. Shalfey kind of lead the pack. He needs something spectacular. But this is just too much. It's too much on this defense here. Contact play looking good, but wow, what a shot from Shalfey. Able to pre-fire that first guy. But that was always the issue there. Swalio peeks off the contact, and still a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. 40 seconds is plenty of time to work. And this B player is going to be isolated. They'll get the gun. Dex has a lot on his shoulders. Ooh, he's been spotted. Didn't realize it in time that his head was exposed there. Snaps through for the Gokushima shot. That is ridiculous, and he'll get the second as well. So well done from Dex. A heroic performance. Looked like he was caught slipping. And then suddenly Uno reverses it. Oh, good. Double digits on for Ruby.
Find themselves on 10. A little bit of a awkward finish there towards the tail end, considering the position, but they hold steady. And they get all the tools that they could ask for here on this this gun round here. Using another timeout as well to make sure that they can really close things out. This is their winning position right now. You don't want to lose control of this lead and let forZe start to pull things back piece by piece. You just want to shut things down as soon as possible. This is their chance to do so right here, right now, with this healthy advantage, with all the tools at their disposal.
This is the one. You built it up nicely, Cole. It's do or die, kind of. Theoretically, you get a bomb down, you get another chance, but not going to want to run 6 in a row to bring this back, so might as well get started here. We did see this from forZe in the first half, right? Losing the pistol, lost the rounds off it, lost 3 rounds, and then they started to pick things up. You keep in mind, with the full buys, they actually did outplay Ruby consistently. Problem is just when you have that buffer of 3 rounds on the Ruby side, it's really damn hard to catch back up. And this one, that's going to be a hell of a play in towards mid. Mad mollies on, mad utility on. And forZe shut down. They've given up the B side as a result, but they've kept the man advantage here. If Winter can get anything from this K position, that would be massive. They're wary of it. They're watching it, and he will not succeed. So now life gets more difficult. And here's Gokushima in action, taking the space, chewing it on up. This is a save. This is a save call. Ruby are backing away. They know they got this buffer of rounds. They know they got the guns. Might as well keep going. So forZe are going to get a chance to show us what they can do here on Ancient. They are going to give themselves a chance to really fight for this map.
That they are. That's a, I mean, again, statement here from forZe, ready to fight fire with fire in the mid setups. Also taking that contact towards B. I mean, that's just quick calling there from forZe. Once you've figured out where the resources are spent, you can take some control elsewhere. Some smart CS called out there from Shalfey in the mid round to just kind of accelerate. They're going to have themselves a start on the gun rounds. As soon as they get those rifles out, they start experiencing a little bit of success. They start slowing down the roll of Ruby. A bit of hunting here from Celter, but some good impact coming through from result there. Again, we talked about his entry prowess. He needs to keep that up. He needs to keep being a facilitator on this T side, and right there, being able to find some of that ground is exactly what they need.
He's got to be the guy. He's got to be the guy. He's meant to be the guy in this roster. It's either him or Gokushima, really. And right now, I mean, Gokushima's been fine, but nothing spectacular. You gotta have Rezal step up. The more experience of the two, gotta be able to shine here if they're gonna have success. Rezal taking space outside of B early, but there's 3 players here to potentially punish him, so he's gonna have his hands full. And Moon, we've seen it so far. He likes to hunt. Oh, catches the timing, but not the shot. That could have been massive. Instead, now Dex is lost. Traded at least, but they realize there's 2 more players into this site, and look at what it's going to trigger for forZe. They are funneling in towards A main. They want this space. It's not going to be for free. They got to contend with Cade. They've got to contend with Sawalia. And they got to contend with Moon. Long distance shot. All right, talk about gravitational pull. He rotated quick. I think the donut player, hearing those footsteps, sent him around. Winter just got spotted. Winter just got spotted. This is wild. shalfey's gained all this ground. Winter was seen. And he's a dead man as a result. So the site's lost. The bomb can rotate even situations, but look at how aggressively Ruby committed in towards A. Question is, can Gokushima punish them on the rotations here? If he can get one done.
So aware.
It's massive, but they're ready. Aware indeed. They know exactly where the threat's coming from. Now the question is, shalfey. He's the next hurdle. One's already passed him. He heard those footsteps. He should know. But what do they want to do?
Cave.
Oh
my god!
What? What is that turn? That was a quick scope. That wasn't even a no scope. All right, quick with it. I mean, if you're a shalfey there, you hear 2 players cross your position. There's no way you think a third is coming. The spacing on that was so egregious that there's just no way you would read that last player coming through. But it winds up working out beautifully for Ruby. It winds up being massive for them. That's 11 rounds now. Bang on the board here, Cole.
I mean, just jaw-dropping right there. The fact that no one goes in towards cave at all. That no one even wants to test that side of the map there to try and, especially with 1v3, to try and take some of that cave control. They all just stick towards that ramp flank. This is wild stuff right there, and that quick scope is so incredibly impressive. Gokushima looking to crack things open here. Wants a chance with this AWP, and he might just get what he's looking for here as they turn that corner. All playing right around the scope. That shadow, though, shown, and he is able to eliminate the aggressive presence there. More aggression, though, looking to turn that corner. Winter's hungry for a reply. And Gokushima's going to give him that. He's still inching his way up as well. That smoke going to finally cut off that fight. Tenier, though, with a smoke out in hand. That cost him his life.
They got to seal it, though. They got to finish it. All or nothing in this round. They've caught the light sight. It's just Winter here this time around. Molotov coming in. That should bring Kite back over. Hasn't yet. He's wary of mid. Trying to clear this out. A dink on Winter. Lucky to be alive here. Lucky to be alive. And with the bomb going down, honestly, this should be a save. Based on the positioning, based on how slow Sawalia has been to get around this, this should 100% be a save call. And I think it is going to be. Yeah, they've got no interest in going for this. Ruby's going to try and keep the money alive here. So forZe keeping themselves in the fight. Not letting Ruby land the knockout blow, but we're getting close to the bell call here. And the points on for Ruby are looking insurmountable.
That is a bit scary. forZe are able to give them a little bit of back and forth, which is nice at this point, but you can't afford that for much longer at the current position. Just have to chew through a big lead here, and you have to do it with consistent success. There you go. Add another one to the tally. They keep on racking it up here. Tough to deal with the CT side when they get aggressive like that, when they're pressuring, but again, just some small details. Listen, I thought there might be a flash to turn that corner. Instead, it was just a walk up. They get caught by an early Gokushima op. forZe, we'll see if they continue to invest into this this opping presence. as they try and fight out towards the middle here. Early utility keeps them at bay, but yeah, that's what you're looking for right there. If you're Gokushima, flying it up the ramp side here. Flash catches this time. Dex with an MP9 turns the corner, but same result again here. Op puts him down early, and the Op continues to press the issue here. Gokushima is in the smokes, inside cave, in between this CT side, but they haven't folded on this A side either. Selter gets spotted in the shadow. Chase, though, comes through, and that does get punished. So, again, ideal scenario is that you could say, but Winter is going to be a bit of a weird presence. Yeah, the bomb is down, and he could find that. He could spot that out. There you go. Selter catches a quick shot there, but he can't defend. He doesn't have the HP.
He just wants the gun. He just wants the gun. He didn't even know. He didn't see the bomb, right? He's got to have a good idea based on just the fact that he saw a player there that it is probably the bomb they're coming back for. But they just wanted to keep these guns, and that, well, they're not going to be allowed to. Just on the Winter now. Gokushima holding the angle. Whoa, risky swing in. Winter will at least drop that one. At this point, forZe have enough money that they are hungry to take this out of his hands. And they will do exactly that. Op can be retrieved. It's another good round for forZe. The money's now gone for Ruby. So this is going to be an eco out. And based on what we've seen so far from Ruby, I'm kind of expecting something wild here in the eco. 5-man push. Let's get spicy. Let's get weird.
100%. They're going to give us something special, that's for sure. This is going to close even further. See what they bring to the tail here. Pretty standard though. Split 3 towards that B side. shalfey just putting a scare on them over towards the ramp. 5-7's close range. They can be fun. Can be a good time, and he might get tested here. So Moon, can he stand the test of time? Not quite. Quick elimination there as he turns that corner.
He has been eclipsed. Now, question is, what can Winter and Dex do with USPs? They can try, and they can fail to deal with this gunfight. Just trying the old jiggle-roo. Understandable. This round's got nothing in it. No teeth for Ruby. No bite. So they'll just have to sit on this one. And the gap has shrunk to 2 rounds. Cole. forZe are playing themselves back into this game. It ain't done.
Looking to take it the distance here. Resilient. Losing both pistols there. And not getting any relief there, even with the bomb plant in the second half. And the likes, which can be a bit of a saving grace in MR12. But they didn't get any of those luxuries here in their opponent's map picks. So, considering that fact here, I mean, it's going to be an impressive pullback if they can actually make this happen.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Shot on. Rifle. Rifle. All right, something to save here. If you make it out, but he won't. He won't. forZe starting to feel a little more fluid in those hunts, a little more fluid in those fights. We'll see what they got. Ops back out for Moon. Guns are on the table. What you got for us, Ruby? Ooh, excuse me there. Big round. Big one for Ruby. It's either map point or a tie game.
Oh, and look at this call here. Just to run it out A here as fast as possible. Swalio on the elevated angle. He's down with only 1. And that's going to be a really tough retake here. They have sacrificed so much control right now.
Is there a gap in the CT smoke? I can't tell. It looks like it covers off.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a little shallower than I'm used to seeing. But
Yeah.
actually, maybe with the new smokes, that might be better. I always have to read. Like, it doesn't allow someone to swing out into that corner. I kind of like the idea, actually.
It's in between default in that rock right there, that temple area. Which is definitely something a bit different. Dex goes forward here. It's a nice shot from shalfey, but he does get taken down quickly. The repeats, though, from Gokushima to cover all the bases
Look
here.
at this wrap. Look at this wrap from Tanier. Donut player's dead. Oy. Had no idea. Had no knowledge of that one. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough for Ruby. Limited on it. They did just go for the full 5-man A hit, right? You know, it's kind of a brilliant call from shalfey because, you know, both teams know how important that round is, how big of a swing it potentially is. The other side's braining up exactly what they're going to do. Here's how we're going to set up, guys. Here's how we're going to react to what we've been seeing. And shalfey says, 5-man A rush. Boom. Smack him in the mouth. Whatever plan they've got, ruin it.
Yeah, it's also going to put a huge scare on that A side for the remainder of this game. Whether it goes into overtime or whatever the case is. Heavy mid-presence right now. Great collapse coming through. Stuck in the corner right now. Shalfey, he has to call out for help. Fortunately, there's no utility to flush him out of position, but this Molly's missed. So that's going to complicate the matter, and these HP bars just continue to dwindle as they take these duels here. That Molly's going to flush Swalio out, but into the open arms. He's able to take care of Selter. They still forgot about Shalfey around that corner. They didn't think he was going to peek forward. No escape afforded to him, though.
This is
wild.
wild.
Continue to aggress Tanier, sidelines him, and this is just pure chaos.
This is a spicy round, man. This is what you expect out of that kind of a limited force buy. Ooh, I might want the pistol out there. Gokishima can't lose this spot. He's waiting for Tanier to get here to help him out, and now it is just Sowalia. This should be fine. This should be fine. They can just leave him alone.
Run away! Oh no!
You're not getting away! That's an off! Oh boy, alright. The spice ain't gonna end in this round. It had to be. Gokushima just trying to get out of there, just trying to live. And Sawalio has a choice, right? Do you try and do something wild here, or do you just try and save the up? Based on how much his teammates have invested, saving the up could be huge. So that's what he's going to try and do. He fakes a jump in A main to suggest he's going spawn side in case someone was listening from Donut, and then he bails. Although he did bail loud, so I guess that actually doesn't work out. He might have just panic jumped. I'm reading a little too much into this call.
Looked like a cheeky scroll wheel incident.
Here's a result. All right.
Should have been heard.
What do you got? Result certainly was. The flicker out, the timing on this.
And line it up.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, there's nothing worse than when you take all the time to line up the damn shot. He's dead. He's dead to bomb. Oh, 2 HP.
Oh, wow.
What a read.
Oh, okay. Got him the second time. Jeez.
With the bomb radius on Ancient, I mean, he must have been bricking it in those final seconds. Like, do I live here? Do I live here? Do I live here? Do I live here? I
didn't even take that into account there. 2 HP. He manages to tank it. That's wild. Yeah, that dude. You just want them to stay still, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to move? Make me look bad. This is the last time out now in regulation for Ruby. They've chugged through all of them, and we'll see if this delivers any sort of success here. If they can grab 12 first, or if it's going to be forZe that grab it and again kind of overcome some of the odds in this first map. Quite a bit of this early utility being dispersed right now. A lot of fighting for map control. Oh, look at this result. Again, looking for some more aggressive maneuvers up the ramp side of things. Doesn't catch too much info out of the gates, but you can tell he's hungry for something. They're going to collapse on result here. They're ready. Utility setup primed. We'll see if he's prepared. The smoke comes in. The flash is to follow suit, and he just gets taken care of right there. Flash setup works out wonderful.
They have to know how heavy this site presence is, though, and now taking down the donut player, it's so much trouble on for Sawalio. The rotation's trying to come in here, but I don't think it's going to be there in time. Sawalio has to hold strong. Intrigued. They haven't played this yet. This map! They didn't expect it. He gets the one. That's all he needed to do. Now his teammates are here. Now they're on the angle, and this is looking like it could be a shutdown, but Selter has other things in mind. Wants the bomb play. God, he's here.
God.
Selter tried to sneak that through. He got the numbers punched in, but now Shalfey, you better get a move on, bro. Gotta defend that bomb. They don't know where he is, but the smoke's gonna go in. They're gonna go for the top. Shalfey just has to swing and spray.
Oh, he hit it.
He doesn't clip it. No! The bomb will be defused right under his nose. A tough situation falls apart for forZe, and now, despite all of the effort on this comeback, Ruby could close this out. One more round, all they need.
Oh, man. Devastating right there. Bold, planting that bomb in that sort of position there. You think that you're safe, and there's one more right around that corner. It's a little bit of frustration sinking in here as they fought so hard to take it. a deep comeback, but they have to take it even further here into overtime if they want to shut this thing down here. Fast towards B. It's a little bit of a slowdown again. Gokushima elevated angle, but he peeks right into the op there. No flash to turn that corner. And Moon this time gets his revenge.
Nice aggression here from Dax. That's massive now. 2-man advantage. forZe, they've gained the space through mid, though. Look at Tanir. All the way up in the red room. All the way up. They're going to try and pinch, but South is going ahead of it. They're not patient on it. Minute 20. Maybe a little bit of panic coming in here for forZe. And now Tanir might get caught by the rotation from B because they're trying to reinforce this. And shalfey just can't hold strong. They battle into mid. They find all these kills. And now they're going to be wondering, all right, where's this last guy? Where's Tanir? And they found him. Take the first, but at the cost of half of his health, he might just be a dead man, and indeed he is. 13-11, Ruby triumph on our first map. It is touch and go. It is so very close, but at the end of the day, it's a massive win from Ruby to start this series off.
Yeah, I mean, you'll absolutely take that any day of the week right there. Like you said, it was scrappy. It took the distance, and again, that includes